How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here. Today we're going to talk about Black Lightning Season 4, Episodes 5 and 6, titled The Book of Ruin, Chapter 1 and 2. Um, in Chapter 1, we have the fallout of, Jennifer Pierce, exploding. At the end of the episode, we find out that Jen gets recast. And so in episode 6, we're dealing with that. Now, I'm going to say my opinion on the recast. My opinion is recast is better than death. We all know my opinion on death for character development or whatever the case is that they use, like the Flash losing his father, stuff like that. Like it's unnecessary. But the way they went about the recast in this one, instead of like retconning the previous look of Jennifer Pierce, so that like it's just like, oh hey, look, Jennifer's back, and we move on. They made it so that the characters remembered what Jennifer used to look like. And so it's just like, wait, what happened? Right? Which I found interesting. Normally, when a recast happens, it just kind of retcons the old appearance so that it never existed from that point onward. But in this case, they had people remember it, which is cool. Obviously, the episode 6 starts off with everyone freaking out. Jennifer looks different. What happened? Who is this? We find out it's Jennifer. It actually is Jennifer. There's a scientific explanation, like a really like all genetics and shit. Like I'm not a geneticist, so if I tried to explain it, I'm sure I'd get something wrong. So I'm not even gonna bother. But TLDR, it's still Jennifer at her core. It's just her appearance is different. Now, we also have in this episode, Anissa finally tells Jennifer, but not her parents, that she got married to Grace. The detective dude, who's the head of the task force, reveals his true allegiances. Well, true allegiances. We don't know if his allegiances actually lie with Bill Henderson and therefore Black Lightning, or if he's like working for Tobias Whale or whatever. So far, according to the show, his true allegiance is with Black Lightning. We also find out that the Mayor Black, was shot by a bullet that was magnetized. Now, who do we know that works for Tobias Whale that has magnetic abilities? I wonder. For some reason, Jefferson thinks it's, I forget what her name is. The woman that works for Tobias, who has ALS and has a metagene. It is not. I'm pretty sure. Unless Tobias has two people with magnetic abilities. Now, after a heart-to-heart with TC, Jennifer goes out to join her father. Now, her father was trying to stop a no-knock warrant. Well, okay, how do I put this? The police went into a black couple's apartment. Sound familiar, right? Who were asleep. Sounds really familiar, doesn't it? I know the saying is it's art imitates life. It's literally art imitates life. In the same vein as the Breonna Taylor shooting, who was asleep in her home. They actually put in clips of the Black Lives Matter protests into the show, which I found interesting. I was like, wait. And they showed us what would have happened, like, I guess, in universe, if it had succeeded. You know, if the cops had succeeded in senseless killing, because, you know, Black lives do matter, you know. And then they rewound time. I was just, like, in shock. Like, holy crap. The heroes actually failed to save a life. Like, what is this, the Flash? And then they rewound time, and I was like... And it rewound time after showing us the clips from the Black Lives Matter movement. And it had Jefferson disarming the police inside the apartment. Then he goes outside to take care of the senseless killings by the police. And that's when Jen shows up, right? After Heart to Heart TC, she went out. Well, she went out there. Sorry, I don't know why I just paused right there. Anyway, after they defeat the task force. So why my thoughts are all jumbled right now. I don't know why. Anyway, after Jen and I guess JJ now takes care and Jefferson take care of the task force, they themselves have a heart to heart. And what was the last clip? Hold up. Hold up. I'm like really close to the end of the episode, but oh yeah, last clip concerns part of the show I didn't talk about yet. Anyway, so they have a heart to heart. Now, on the other side of the storyline for today's episode, we have Lala and Lady Eve's second in command having a fight on the streets. Now, we meet a man named Ishmael. That's all we know about him. His name is Ishmael. Who kills and buries in cement Lala to cause him to, when he comes back, to die again. Have a cycle of coming back, of death and resurrection for Lala. Now, we find out that he is trying to kill 100 metas to join the League of Assassins, but I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't the League of Assassins get disbanded by Nyssa? Like, when she became the head, she disbanded it almost immediately. So, is this like a retcon of that episode? Like, or did just the writers of Black Lightning forget that it was disbanded? I'm not 100% sure. Like, is this a retcon done by Oliver? Accidentally? Or something? Or what is going on here? Did, like, Oliver bring back Ra's al Ghul? That was just, like, what's going on? Kind of thing. But he has to kill 100 metas, and he's at 94. And the episode ends with Lady Eve's second in command hiring Ishmael as a retainer, and we see Lala in a block of cement. Which is, yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Anyway, overall, I'd say this episode was pretty good. I like the fact that they talked about important issues to the modern day and to the past as well. I will say it again. Black lives matter. As a white male in America, I have to say this. I have to be the one to say this. Black lives matter. Now, it's great that they put in very important issues into the episode with police killing people for no reason and stuff. And it's also great that there weren't any senseless killings this episode. I don't think anyone died this episode except Lala, but you know. Lala's technically alive, he's just in a constant cycle of life and death. you know, he's alive. I'm sure he'll get out eventually. But yeah, overall, the episode was great. Tell me what you guys thought of it in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.